So, man, what was the question?
Wait, no one say it real quick.
Oh, somebody please say it.
No. Oh, yeah. Which one? No.
Which one has more attention to detail?
No, that was the last one. It's.
What's going on, you guys? Charlie here from MAPerformance, and as you've seen all month long, we've been doing videos with Dakota from Fitment Industries. Believe it or not, this was all done in the same day.
Oh, tell them that.
Very fun day.
Oh yeah, it has been. The tequila at the ending is perfect icing on top with a cherry.
On top of them being into some weird stuff, like icing on cherries, they're also into show cars.
I enjoy show cars.
I also tend to enjoy some show cars.
Oh, just some, all right.
Some of them, the good ones. You know, like there's a lot that I don't like.
I enjoy some performance cars as well, and then there's some that
I don't like either. It might get a little spicy, so stick around. Today we're gonna be talking about performance cars versus show cars. Welcome to our Tequila Talk. So the first thing that we want to outline here today is really like defining what these two different types of cars are. So why don't we start off by, I'll let you define what a show car is. Like if someone labels their car as a show car, what does that mean?
Off the top of the dome, what I'm gonna think that is, when I hear show car, it's someone that brings their car to car shows, too much tequila, and then they're trying to place for a trophy, right? Like car show cars can be functional. I'm not gonna rule that out, but I think just the main purpose is they wanna go to a car show and win a trophy.
Next, we're gonna go ahead and define what we would consider a performance vehicle. I would say that a performance car is one that's been built with the objective of achieving some sort of automotive performance, right?
Whether to beat people in races.
Ready to gap some people, right?
All race cars can be show cars, but not all show cars can be race cars.
I really like that.
And
I get that
I think that
on my
sets that sets the precedent for the episode, right? Like, I'm by no means a hater of performance cars, but I think I need to stand my ground a little bit with show cars because they seem to get the runt of it the majority of the time.
So I think the main question here now, like kind of identifying either end of the spectrum, is whether or not a car can excel at both, right?
This is fucking hard. This is where I want to say yes in the worst way possible. But being to a lot of car shows, I want to say the car that gets under everybody's skin that went too far with the car show tech is gonna win at car shows almost every time. I think a car can do well and still place, but can it get best of show?
Yeah, and take the trophy?
I think it's doable. I think it's doable. Does it happen? No. Unfortunately.
I'm thinking of a car right now in my head, local to Minnesota.
Is it? Oh, okay.
It's not yours, don't worry. It's this guy named Dakota's. It's very purpose-built with the idea of being like a car that's great to photograph, right?
Yeah.
Pop the hood, got a turbo kit,
that IG
built
clout
engine, all that sort of stuff, like cool dress-up stuff. It's got everything done performance-wise. Like if you were to go through a checklist of the modifications you do, it meets every single thing.
It's so weird you're saying. I can picture a car in my head.
Wide body,
I spit everywhere.
With super nice like 2-3-piece wheels.
Yep.
Turbo kit, crazy fast, interior modifications, you name it.
Yep.
It's got all of that stuff done. But would it win the best of show? Yes. Would it win out on a track? No. And I'll tell you why. A guy who built this car to do time attack is gonna demolish the guy who built this car to just be good at everything.
These show cars feel the need to make stupid power, but then they're not doing anything with it. You have 195s on your 10.5,
right?
And you're making 600 horsepower, but in the grand scheme of things, none of that means anything at all.
No.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is it's just to pop your hood and show a turbo.
Like, I got to upgrade. I make power, bro. I make power. Did you see the dyno sheet?
So there's a couple cars that come to mind when I think about one that could potentially be good at everything.
Okay.
One of which is Mark Leisure's car. You probably don't know him, but he's got a pretty fast 1G Talon. So he's got a pretty fast 1G Talon.
I feel like all 1G Talons are dangerous at this point. If there's any left, they're dangerous, and that's it.
So Mark's is a unique exception to the general stigma of these cars.
Okay.
Stupid fast. I think it runs.
Well, I feel like that is the stigma of these cars.
Listen, they're also usually typically clapped out, right? Like you found one in the back of a farm.
Yeah,
and just hopped up the motor.
Those cars are ugly as.
Okay, understood.
All right. Dude, that engine bay is f***ing beautiful. The wheels are beautiful.
Anyways, would this win a car show? I don't know that it would. Like
That engine
because the
bay?
guys judging it are looking for something with a different type of fitment. Not like that his is bad or could use improvement or whatever.
Well, that's a whole nother question. Is Fitment winning car shows?
I think the wheel fitment's part of it. It doesn't have
No,
that tire
that's
setup.
not a best of show car.
That's what I
Again,
mean.
it might place like maybe best DSM or best, something like that. But is it gonna get best of show? Probably not.
And it's not because it's not a great looking car or it's not built right or whatever. I don't think it looks bad. He's a hater.
I know, and I already know I'm gonna get completely railed for saying any of this, but I'm gonna keep it real. In my opinion, I just think they're ugly cars. But
Wanna
can we
believe
go to
Mark
what's the
watches
next
all
question?
of
What
it?
do we got? We've been on this for a while. We gotta get to the next car.
So when it comes to performance cars versus show cars, there's obviously a difference in the parts you would put on the vehicle itself. So if you're building a show car, what are some differences for you that you'd be putting on instead of performance?
I think to literally put a fork in the road immediately, just out of the gate, air suspension. It has this terrible stigma that if you put air suspension on your vehicle, it is barely f***ing drivable. This thing's not gonna
And
go
you can't
anywhere.
drive it in the winter.
Yeah, you can't drive it in the winter. You can't put it on the drag strip. You can't autocross it. You can't drift it. Air suspension will immediately ruin your car.
That's because it's true.
No! You're f***ing me. I think you're just trying to get out. Okay, I was gonna say. Okay, all right. Got almost a little bit heated there. I was ready to. Oh, no, anyways. Can you still autocross? Can you still beat the shit out of your car? Can you take it to the drag strip? Absolutely. Put a little more f***ing air in it and take it down the drag strip. Oh, you drove fast, so your bag's gonna pop, because that's not how any of that works.
Speed equals bag pop.
But I think that immediately puts it in. You're not gonna see any function car running air suspension for the most part. There is those unique cases, and I'm proud of you if you are a unique case.
You know this car's on bags, right? And it makes like crazy power.
Is it?
Yeah.
See? Unique one. He's the guy. Yeah. That's what I was talking about. I love it. That gets me all bricked up. I love
to
it.
look cool in
I love
pictures
it.
and boogie. That's what he wants.
Well, that's it.
That's what everybody wants, right?
A well-rounded build. We
and
got
boogie
it.
down the
I
track.
didn't even know right there.
If you had to pick one of them as a daily, would you pick a show car or would you pick a race car?
That's so situational based, and it could go terribly in either direction. So performance car, you could have terrible bucket seats that are fixed, and when you're a big man and you have fixed seats, most of the time it's gonna turn out bad for you. You could have crazy heavy clutch and the thing fucking bucks like a Bronco. Also on the show car side of things, you have extremely terribly built cars. You could have static cars that are slammed to the ground that are just scraping on everything. Just have shit cars in general, cars that the wheels are rubbing.
So which one are you gonna pick? Are you gonna pick a car that can go fast but looks like shit, or a car that looks pretty cool but can't do a damn thing?
I feel obligated to pick the show car, but I'm gonna go against the grain here, and I'm gonna pick the performance car, because if I can at least have fun, some part of it is fun to drive.
Yeah. If I'm being like a true performance-oriented car,
Right,
I might get a
unreliable
little
is-
bit of for this, but like it's really hard to daily like a real performance
Yeah,
car.
and that's what the question needs to be based around, not this like grandpa's old 1500 Silverado that makes crazy horsepower and it's comfy and is a couch. No. That's not what we're talking about here. I almost feel like I need to reconsider my choice, because I said performance
I know.
car.
I was erring on the side of performance car, but your
I
point
can't
made me think
afford to
about a
break
show-
down every week.
I gotta get to work.
Yeah, I gotta get to work.
I'm gonna go with. I can't say it out loud.
You have to say it. Say it,
I
'cause
was
you're
gonna go with a show car, and I'll tell you why. Because I've got a super smooth drive to work every day. But under that same context, I would need my show car to be a little bit fast and a little bit more functional.
You need it to be fast.
For me.
You need it.
I do.
You drove a Equinox here.
Yeah. And did you see me getting away from you?
Yeah.
I'm dipping through traffic.
All right, so Charlie, we've talked about a lot here, and I think we started very mutual, and we started to divide, and
We
it's getting
have.
a little rowdy.
I'm getting hurt.
Are you okay?
I'm all right.
All right,
I think
okay.
so.
Which one has more attention to detail? Now think about this. I think I answered too rash on the last question. Way too quickly. I didn't think about it all the way through. Now both of these need extreme attention to detail, but which one has more?
I think that because a performance car needs more attention to like the intricacies of how it operates, that it has more attention to detail than a show car. but it all needs to work a certain way. Whereas like, again, with a show car, it just needs to look a certain way. And it's easier to make, in my opinion, it's easier to make something look a certain way than like make it actually function a certain way.
And I think we're gonna agree here. I think that's exactly where I'm at. Like, these cars that are making crazy power, like we're talking top of the line of both.
Yeah.
There's so much science, there's so much math, there's so much precision, so you don't explode or crash or have an accident. Or
I've got the car to show you.
if it's a Talon, I'm leaving.
It is. I promise it's not. Check out this Eclipse.
Yep.
I want to know, at what point has either car gone too far?
See,
or is that even such a thing?
I can, with a show car gone too far, yes, that is 100% a thing. Anybody watching this right now can say exactly when a show car has gone too far into it, because we've all seen it. It's all those show cars that are just completely out there and literally just trying to check the boxes. That is too far. It's to the point where you've modded it so much. Like, I got to a point with my cars where I've modded it so much, I'm worried about driving it. I don't want to take it places because something could get damaged or something's gonna break. And that, I think, is the point where it's too far, where you do not enjoy driving it anymore. It's more of a chore to take it somewhere.
That does make sense to me because, again, I know a lot of people who've built their cars, even like drag cars, like purpose-built drag cars, that they were just like, I don't like this car anymore. And like at that point, it's time for like a refresh, in my opinion.
Yep, the whole point of a car is from A to B, but as a car enthusiast, the whole point of a car is enjoying it from A to B.
Yeah.
And the second you lose that, car is ruined. There's no point of it anymore.
Facts.
If you do not have fun, if you do not enjoy it, if you don't like what you're doing, you have gone too far.
So coming into this, I'll go ahead and say that like, my head was definitely on the like, I'm gonna defend these performance cars.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to.
It's your
And
job.
I'm still gonna maybe defend performance cars at the end of the day. But I think that like what you and I can both agree on is that on either ends of the spectrum, there are bad examples of both.
Yeah, right,
And
yeah, absolutely.
If you go too far in one direction without thinking about the qualities that make a show car great, or if you go too far in to the show car side of things without thinking about the performance aspect of it, it's gonna be harder to enjoy the vehicle.
Yes.
Yeah, and like I definitely realize that a lot of my favorite cars out there definitely have like show car winning qualities about them.
See, that's an interesting point. Is your favorite car out there just the fastest in its class? Or is your favorite car out there a well-rounded one that looks good, that is fast, and can do multiple things?
I can definitely think of people that I personally know who would prefer a car that looks like they could womp on everything it sees. They like that surprise factor.
I get that aspect of it too. I feel
It's
like
not me. It's not me.
a
I'll tell you
well-rounded
that.
car overall just wins everybody, right?
Without a doubt. All right, you guys, so that's where we're gonna end the video for today. If you guys wanna see more Tequila Talk videos, go ahead and let us know down in the comments below.
Hey,
if you've got...
We gotta drink the spotted cow.
Yeah, we'll do that off.
No, can we do it on camera? Otherwise I feel like you're
No.
disrespecting Wisconsin.
First off, I brought the spotted cow.
You were supposed to say that! Cut. Line.
Let's cheers on the end here.
I just really hope that I didn't offend anyone too. Oh, why did I? What the?
Jabroni.